WDXE News. On the air since 1951. This is The Legend. 105.3, 95.3. WDXE.
Yes, indeed. That's us. It's time for Keith and Kevin.
That's right.
Keith and Kevin on a Wednesday.
Hey,
It's just a little bit different.
if you're waking up and you think it's Thursday, roll your clock back.
It's not Thursday. It's Wednesday. This would be normally Friends and Neighbor Hour.
Yeah.
And it can be that.
We can be
because
friends,
you're
and neighbors. Howdy, neighbor.
It's Keith and Kevin or Ren and Stimpy, one or the other.
Well, we'll go by either.
Two wild and crazy guys.
We're too wild. Oh, goodness. You are starting. How many cups of coffee you already had?
You remember, that was, gosh.
The Jerk, right?
No, it was on Saturday Night Live.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin and Dan Aykroyd.
Yes.
They were
that's
two
right.
wild and crazy guys. Oh, my gosh.
You're going back to the early 80s there.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah. That's 70s.
Is that 70s?
Yeah, that was
70s,
some of the original bunch.
Yeah, the original.
Eddie Murphy in that bunch?
Not that
No,
one.
he came later.
Did he?
This was John Belushi.
And all that.
Rosanna Dan
But now
Gilda Radner.
What's his name? Aykroyd was a regular.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the cast there, and Steve Martin was a guest a lot. I don't think he was one of the cast that much.
I guess you're right. I just always think of him.
I don't think he was one of the cast.
But that's right.
But he
wasn't. He was just a comedian.
He was just a guest a lot and a comedian there. But anyway.
Yeah.
Well, they've had some good people throughout the years. You know, I'm a Will Ferrell fan, so I like.
Will Ferrell was funny,
and
but he grinds on me a little bit.
Well, at least he's not political on the SNL stage. SNL has gotten so political here lately.
He's just silly crazy.
He just, You never know.
He is that.
And he will strip to his underwear in about 2 seconds.
Frank the Tank. Come on, we're all going down to the quad.
When him and that girl did the cheerleader things. Oh my gosh.
Did you see Patriotic Day at the office?
Patriotic Day.
Yeah, and he wore a pair of patriotic Speedos in.
Hey, we got somebody who wants to play with us.
Good.
Hey, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey.
Jeff,
Hey, I reckon that's that guy from Indiana, ain't it?
No, Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska.
Milford, Nebraska, calling in first thing this morning.
that's what I called. I'm here at the bus station. Can you send me some money to get this Greyhound back out of Milford?
What was that called? Would they take a Western Union there?
They probably won't.
They got an all-night diner here. It closes at 2:30 in the afternoon.
It's all-night diner, but not every night.
You was talking about you bought your wife, something you never had for Valentine's, that fancy box of candy.
Yeah.
She said she really thought a lot of you for doing it, but said next year if you could, when she opened it up, a lot of them had been bit out of, and the others had been squished to see what kind.
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, I know. I didn't make it home with them intact.
Yeah, I know it.
And here's what
if you could get one with the plastic still on it, she said and not saran wrap it, she said. Y'all have a happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you, man.
Hey, I know exactly what he's talking about.
I recovered it in tinfoil.
The only ones that are ever left are the pink ones and the green ones in the center.
The pink ones and the green ones in the center.
All the caramel and the chocolate and the fudge are all gone.
Oh,
yes.
with the center smashed in.
I've got to say, last Thursday, went on a trip with the senior citizens up to Farmers Market restaurant.
Yeah, you said you was going up there.
Yeah, and that was a good meal. We had a good time. I can't remember how many went, but we had a huge table full of people. And your friend and my friend Sarah Simbeck went.
Miss Sarah went.
Yeah, and so I told her we'd shout out to her. She loves to listen to us, and
she's a great friend.
And, she says she has a hard time keeping you straight.
Ooh. Well,
so Sarah, if you're listening, good morning. It's Wednesday instead of Thursday.
Yes,
and so.
And it's Valentine's Day.
I can't believe it. Did you wish your wives happy Valentine's Day?
Of course.
Yeah.
So I did too.
Okay.
But it was on the phone. My wife called me from upstairs, and I know that sounds weird, but there's a reason.
Yeah, I understand.
You're kind of gassy, ain't you?
Yeah. So, usually it's about...
response.
I'm not responding to that. Matter of fact, I go back and watch the shows, and I rarely catch things you guys say, and so whenever I don't do that, y'all need to stop me and say, "Did you hear what I said?"
Oh no, it's funnier when you don't even you keep on.
I
going,
didn't hear
don't
you say. I went back and watched the show, and I was so embarrassed. I didn't hear you say Dennis, and I thought you were talking to somebody in Milford, Nebraska last week, and it was.
I meant for you to think that.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah. I meant for you to think
Hey,
that.
who's calling this time?
Well, it's our buddy. Hey, sister.
Hey,
That's her.
y'all sound like you're really happy this morning, so I thought I'll call and say Happy Valentine's Day to you guys.
Well, happy Valentine's Day. Will you be my
Yeah.
Valentine?
He wants to know if he'll be his Valentine.
That's right.
All right.
All right,
I mean,
good
I ain't
deal.
got I ain't nobody else's Valentine, so I'll be his.
All right. Hey,
Okay, we'll talk to you later. Y'all have a good day.
love you, hon. Bye-bye.
I love you. Bye.
Yeah, she was always good. She's always good to listen in, and so
Yes, she is. She's been a long, loyal listener here.
anyway, so you guys, I got to pay more attention to y'all while we're on the air.
Oh
so
no,
I can
it's
respond.
funnier when you don't realize it. Me and Jeff just
It's
look at each other.
actually more fun
Yeah.
with. We make fun of you behind your back.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't mind. So
Actually, right in front of him, he don't know it.
what'd you just say?
Yeah, see. Hey,
I think the beard's headed in a good direction.
yeah,
Is it?
man,
I'm gonna
tell
wear
you,
it till
go-
next Thursday and see what. It's itching me to death. I could really just.
You'll get
Well,
used to
yeah,
it.
you'll get past that.
Well, why ain't you got one?
All right, I'll grow one too.
You gonna grow one?
Yeah, we'll be ZZ Top.
Oh my
no,
gosh!
I'm not getting to
I'm
that
headed to that.
Why?
Cause
That's a
you
good
know, it's
idea.
just
Let's do it.
I drop so much
look,
stuff
hey, on that
this
road
way.
trip.
When I'm eating, stuff goes this way. You know, on
Yeah,
my
well,
shirt.
yeah.
and
Listen,
everything.
that's where
The
you
beard,
get.
the beard keeps it off your shirt.
That's where you get your leftovers, buddy.
Later on.
Let's imagine sitting in that station wagon going across America.
No, that's why the dog jumps on your lap. Oh, talking about the road
Well,
trip.
we all got beards blowing in the wind.
Have you been working on the road trip?
So let me tell you, I've had several people
Yes.
stop,
Yes.
and they're interested. Let's go. That's what they're saying.
Oh,
hey,
so
let's,
we-
and the price didn't phase them. 11,800, whatever it was.
Well, you
was
went up.
I'm like, what was it?
9,000 last week.
No, I thought it was 11,000.
It was 11,000.
Oh, it
something.
was?
Yeah.
Well, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So you didn't listen to me.
Apparently,
So
I did.
we're even.
So it's
For
going to
now.
cost us 11, but it's going to be gone how long?
You got to whittle it down.
Yeah, 96 days
Yeah.
is what you said?
96
So I've
days.
added some extra stuff in there that, we got to go up the extraterrestrial highway while we're out that way. Have you ever driven that thing? So,
Oh, yeah, all the time.
The UFO highway.
yeah.
Yeah,
So here's the way I want to do it.
Phone home.
I want to start at one end of it, and here's what. Let's take 1 gallon of water, and let's go with a quarter tank of gas, and let's see if we can make it.
1 gallon of water and a quarter tank of gas.
No,
Let's see if we can make it.
well,
To
we,
make
drive,
it-
we still driving
we'll
station
make it
wagon?
to,
or
we make it to Summertown.
No, I mean at one end of the extraterrestrial highway, it starts somewhere.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know where it ends up, but it ends up in Tonopah. I do know where it ends up. It ends up in Tonopah,
Tonopah.
Nevada, and so
That's an Indian name, by the way.
sounds Indian.
It is.
Well, you
Indian.
run out of
I'm
gas
pretty
on this
sure-
highway with 1 gallon.
I'm talking like I know. I don't know.
So.
If you sound confident, people believe you.
Well, my hope is that we get broke down there and we get an alien encounter.
Me too.
So if we're
I would-
let's go full blown.
I have wanted for years to see a real, sure enough UFO.
Me too. I mean, that's
I used to lay out at night when I was a kid, man. There were people seeing them all the time. Used to drive down somewhere and people were seeing them somewhere off, not too far from here. People were talking about.
what were
it.
they smoking down there?
I don't know,
Oh,
but
they've had them here.
I would go outside at night when I was a kid and just hope to see one.
You remember the little old guy down West Point Road where he was taking care of somebody's vacation home and landed in the backyard and burnt the ring in it and everything?
Yeah.
Him
Okay,
and-
time
it was
out.
just him and his
Somebody's
dog.
vacation home is in West Point.
Down West Point Road. It was
Okay.
their summer home or whatever.
I'll tell
Okay,
y'all.
you've made it when you got a summer home.
I'll tell y'all
Yeah,
a
West
West
Point,
Point
yeah.
Road.
quick true story.
Yeah.
Quick true story. When I was young, we lived on.
I may one up it.
We lived. You will. You will. We lived on Lone Star Road.
Okay, going to the airport.
Going to the airport, and our property joined the north end of the runway.
Okay.
Dad's
All
farm.
right.
Dad's farm joined the north end of the runway out there, and this was during the time when there was a lot of UFO talk. Okay, well, unbeknownst to us and unbeknownst to my dad, they upgraded the lights on the runway, and so one night Dad got up for whatever reason, and there was some strange lights down there in our pasture.
Oh, no.
And listen, he sure enough got the shotgun and walked out to see what was going on. Thought it was a UFO landing in, and I've thought about that 100 times. I thought, if it was a UFO, what did he think he's going to do with the shotgun?
It might have been, and they may have done an examination and zapped him and sent him back home.
There
You
you
know?
go.
Anyway, there was new flashing lights down at the end of the pasture.
Oh, that's funny right there. So y'all moved after that, just right after that?
Yeah,
well, the aliens got the bother.
You know where the two big curves are in that road?
Yeah.
That house that sits right in between the
Yeah.
curves. Some friends of ours live there now, but my mom and dad built that house.
Oh, okay.
And had that farm. There was a little bitty house in one of the curves.
Yeah.
And when they bought the farm, that's where we lived, in that little bitty house that was right in that curve, the second curve. And then later on, they built the house up there. So,
Oh, okay.
So anyway.
Y'all right in the
Spent a
middle
lot
of
of my
everything.
younger years in the New Prospect area. We started out on Fleeman Circle when I was about second grade.
Yeah.
So I lived out there most of my life.
So you got to see a lot of airplanes take
Oh
off and
yeah,
land then.
yeah. And I got my friends. I was really good friends with the Fleemans, and they ran the airport.
Yeah.
And used to hang around during the summers over there. We hung around at the airport all the time.
Well, you and Laney got a lot in common, you know it, because Laney used to go out the Good Hope Road to an airport out there, and Guy gave him a ride around. Remember him telling us
Yeah,
that?
I do remember
The
that.
flying monkey.
No, it wasn't a flying monkey. The monkey was tied to a tree. We won't get into that, but
I get my
Listen,
stories confused.
We got a
little bit.
lot of comments on the chained up monkey. I'm just going to tell
I'm
you.
telling you.
I tell everybody about that monkey now. We need to get some T-shirts and bumper stickers or something.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool story.
So anyway, it's a true story.
Yeah.
So Laney, if you're listening, we need you back on the show anytime.
We gotta get
because
him back in
Laney's
here.
got some Navy stories he needs to tell out
He
loud.
does.
And
He does need to tell
Yeah.
one in particular, but yes.
yeah, if you ever need anybody to guard the toast, you let him
That's
call Laney
exactly
first.
right.
And we'll let him fill us in on the rest of the story one day. So I brought some things in with me today to talk about, and the first one is Random Acts of Kindness Saturday. Random Acts of Kindness Day is this Saturday coming up.
This Saturday?
Have you guys ever been a recipient of a random act of kindness?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
What went on?
First of all, they didn't kill me when they saw me.
Well, there you go.
Well, that's so nice.
When I was born into this world, they
Your-
didn't just
your
knock me in the
parents
head.
let you live
They
to a
let
ripe
me
old
live.
age.
That's right. That was an act of kindness.
I've
right
had
there.
somebody do the drive-in thing where they paid for your drink or meal.
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
I've had that
Yeah,
happen a
yeah.
few times.
That's pretty nice.
So, I had the same thing happen. We were on our way to Gatlinburg one year, and we were going to eat to McDonald's in Columbia right there at the big intersection. And so as we're pulling in, this guy in this big old truck pulling a big old boat whips right in front of us in line. So I'm already mad. And, I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to lose it. I got my wife and kids in the car. I'm not going to lose it. I'm just going to wait it out. And got up there and ordered all of our food and got up to the window to pay and said, the gentleman in front of you with the boat has already paid for your stuff. And I went, wow. So my thought about him instantly changed. And the Lord
You
let
know
me,
that fellow just in a hurry.
Yeah.
He's all right.
The Lord let me know, Keith, you got your mind's in the wrong place, buddy.
And he might have realized that he cut you off and went, you know what, I cut that guy off.
Felt kind of bad.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he probably thought, man, he's got a carload of kids.
He's having a rough day already. And here I am to pull my boat in front of him.
What did they order?
There was some comedian that was talking about that, and so you pull up to the window and someone's paid for yours and you order like a coffee. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they look at you like, you should pay for the kid, the car behind you. And you look in your mirror and it's like a van.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the work release bus. It's,
With arms and legs hanging out of it everywhere.
exactly. So, Random Act of Kindness Day has to be prefaced with the right attitude and the right heart. So I've got a couple of verses. This is for Sarah. I got a couple Bible verses that goes on with this.
Oh, yeah.
Ephesians 4:31 and 32 says, let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be ye kind one to another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God for Christ's sake has forgiven you.
Well, amen.
So we should be nice because you know what? The Lord's been nice to us.
You're right
He's been
about
good
that.
to us. And so if we have no other reason to be good to somebody else, it's for that reason alone.
Tenfold.
One more verse. Luke 6:35, but love ye your enemies and do good and lend, hoping for nothing again. And so what that means is give without any type of thinking about what am I going to get out of this. Give out of a pure heart. For your reward shall be great, and you shall be the children of the highest. For he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. So God, the Lord is kind, so we should also be kind.
It rains on the just and the unjust.
That's right.
Amen.
Expect nothing in return. That way you give with a good heart, you know.
You know, that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing for people sometimes. You know, to give without expectation of a return.
That's right.
It's not in our nature to do that.
No.
It'll come back to you. Maybe not by the. Don't expect it from the person that gives it to you. Listen, you can't outgive the Lord. You cannot do that.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Anyway, so Random Acts of Kindness Day is coming up, and I've got several written down here. We won't go through all of them, but some of them are so easy to do. Do y'all see anything on the list that you guys might want to?
The first one.
Yeah.
Give an unexpected compliment.
Well,
Keith, you look very nice today.
Well, thank you, Kevin. I love that shirt.
Well, thank you, sir. And Jeff, why, you have a remarkable shirt on yourself. You look very nice.
Bless your heart.
Thank
you. This shirt means a lot to me.
I can tell.
Yes.
You take very good care of it.
Yes, it's one of my favorite shirts.
Let's go back to the first Bible verse we read today. Oh, my God. So
this is my newest shirt, by the way.
I like it. I really like it.
Well, thank you.
That looks like something I would wear.
I'm going to
Y'all should swap clothes every once in a
Don't
while.
get teared up about it, Jeff.
It's all right, Jeff.
So
you need a hug.
The second one is
I
let
do.
someone. You know, I've done this before, and sometimes it doesn't work out. Let someone cut in line in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, the people behind you is the one that gets mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been I relate this to traffic. So if I'm in traffic and I see somebody that's stuck and can't pull out because of traffic, I usually let them out. But what always happens is they stop and let 10 or 12 other people out. I'm like, hey, I was doing you a favor. And
I had this happen just yesterday.
What was that?
When I pulled up to like a four-way stop, and I was going to turn left, and there was a car facing me.
Yeah.
And of course, it's coming straight. And we got there pretty much at the same time, and we could see each other. So we were both waving to each other to go.
Yeah.
We're both waving.
You both too nice to go
We're
first.
both waving at each other to go, and then we both start to go at the same time.
That happens.
And I'm like, so
Yeah.
So anyway, I finally floored it.
Did you?
So I'll tell you what happens technology-wise that will get you into trouble like that.
Yes.
So I have a truck that the automatic stop. You got one of those?
Yeah.
Does your car automatically stop when you come to a stop sign?
No.
Okay, so mine does. The problem is when it starts back up, the lights dim a little bit. You know, they go dim and go bright. So I've been in the situation where, just like you, I'm opposite somebody and we're waiting on somebody to give. And when you let your foot off the brake, the lights blink a little bit, and the driver thinks I'm blinking them through.
I ain't thought about that.
Yeah, and so it's pretty dangerous. General Motors, if you're listening, you probably need to fix that.
They
Put a
need to
capacitor
work on
in there.
that deal.
It takes a simple capacitor. It will hold the voltage across that start. So anyway,
You need to contact the technical group.
Yeah, I do.
At the
Well, they're in China.
Motor company.
They're in China, so I can't get to them.
Okay,
Yeah, they're busy drinking tea.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Which I should start doing.
Yes.
Drink more tea?
Yeah.
Sweet tea?
Yes.
Your third one there, slow down. I have a question on that. Slow down so someone can merge in front of you in traffic.
Oh yeah.
That is not. But what if this guy has passed everybody down through there on that merge lane?
Never.
You wouldn't let him in?
No, in fact, no. I that's not. I'll ride them all the way to the bridge. I tell you, my wife has to read a book or look down or something because
it's on her side.
listen, I start off good, but then it just turns bad. People are idiots.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind people going fast, but when you're endangering everybody's life on the road, that's where I draw the line. And
Just because you want to get 5 or 6 cars ahead of everybody.
yeah, and that big S comes out on my shirt, and I start.
Ooh. Superman or Slime.
Yeah, I'm
and I
ready.
start going. So, do I get to drive the first leg of the trip?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm asking.
Oh,
for.
yeah, we're going to film this.
I got to talk about number 9.
All right, number 9.
Say something encouraging to a parent who's struggling with rambunctious kids at a restaurant.
My goodness.
That's
So something encouraging, not like
Like, hey, get them kids under control. I'm trying to eat over here.
I'm encouraging you to get your kid under control.
Oh, me. No, I mean,
Put them little yard apes over there somewhere.
you know, an encouraging
just
statement
kidding.
in that
I'm just
situation
kidding.
could be something like, "Hey, you've only got 3 more years of this."
Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
We've had our share. We've had our share of rambunctious kids at the restaurant.
Oh yeah.
You know. Listen,
Well, they
when
put the
Daniel,
candy at the store where they.
yeah, the Daniel. This has been many years ago. He was much littler, but we were at the Brass Lantern, and I took a picture of this, posted on Facebook. I remember doing this. He found the broom sweeper thing, the little vacuum
Yeah.
sweeper thing.
Okay.
Well, he was going around the restaurant doing the floor.
That's
Hey,
not
hey, listen! If he doesn't, they will.
So
Hopefully they will.
he had that thing going around. So I took a picture of it. I'm like, okay.
Did you clock in?
So I was one of those. I was one of those parents with an annoying kid.
Did they
How
get
about
a
that?
free dessert? I mean, my goodness.
Oh,
So your kids learn to
I'm gonna
work
put
early.
that boy to work. Yes.
that's right.
All right, so here's something: if you go to coffee shops a lot and buy a gift card and just hand it to the person behind you. But you know, if you go to a Starbucks, you're going to have to buy a $25 gift card
You
or
got
something.
that right, yeah.
So here's something that I didn't think about. Number 14: leave a coupon next to the item in the grocery store. So if you clip coupons, you say, "Well, I don't really use that." Sort of like a certain brand of toilet paper or something.
I've seen that before.
I have not.
I have. It's been a while, but I remember seeing that. I don't even remember when or where, but I do remember seeing where somebody had left a coupon for an item with the items on the aisle.
So that's
thought that
pretty
was
cool.
kind of neat.
That is neat. So while we're on this, I want to ask you something because I meant to ask you this the other day. You remember green stamps, right?
Yes, I do.
I think a lot of our listeners probably remember green stamps too. So in your auctions, do you ever have things to auction you think that, oh, this was a green stamp item?
Doesn't stick out in my memory, but I'm sure there's been some.
Oh, yeah. So I can remember we got a set of encyclopedias one time.
Yes.
With green stamps. And man, we used to fire out them things.
That was when the internet was printed.
Exactly. And it had a beginning and the end, you know. And there was no dark web or anything like that. So anyway, it crossed my mind the other day, and I don't know if they call them green stamps or quality
Green
stamps.
quality stamps, and was there any others? There might have been some others.
Might have. Kroger had their own, and Big Star had theirs too, didn't they?
Big Star. Do you remember Big Star Grocery? I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you remember this deal? And I do remember this because one time I actually won. You would get some kind of little thing, and you would watch a horse race on TV at night. And if your horse won, you got a gift or a prize. Do you remember that?
No, that's gambling.
No, I'm serious.
Are you being serious?
I'm being 100% serious. There was.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Do you?
I don't remember
Now this
that
was.
now.
I was just a kid. I mean, you're
that
younger
was back
than
in
you were younger than me, but I
20s or
remember
whatever,
being
yeah.
a kid, and there was some kind of little coupon or a little thing, and you would watch a horse race at a certain time of night,
Yeah.
and it would.
Well, you know, you can go down to Panama City, and just north of there's a dog track, and you can buy a little ticket. And if your dog wins, you win
Yeah.
some money.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Top value and family stamps were some others.
Okay.
I was thinking top value. I remember.
I remember top value.
Yeah,
I remember green stamp.
I think quality stamps and green stamps are the two things I remember.
it might have been. Yeah.
But I don't know why I thought about that the other day, and then when it said grocery store, I thought, wow, that brought back our memory.
Memories.
All right, so anything else on this list that you got? Here's what I visit a nursing home. Listen, if you've got
Yeah.
nothing else to do on Valentine's Day today, go visit a nursing home and just smile, give people a hug and a smile and maybe a pat on the back, and just you'd make somebody's day. I guarantee you. It'd make your day too. I guarantee you.
You should do that the rest of the week,
Absolutely.
and then for the rest of your life.
Yeah, because really, Act of Kindness Day, Random Act of Kindness Day, is not till Saturday, so you got to get some practice in.
There
You
you
gotta
go.
get some practice in, and then keep it up. How about that?
So here's something I know that the guys would love: bring treats to your local fire station. That will not be turned down. In
No.
fact, they
That's
will.
a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to try to time it when they're cooking.
Well, that's you can pretty much walk in anytime on that. So I've done that several times as mayor. You know, they cook all the time, and they'll call you sometimes when they cook. Hey, we got stuff cooking over here. If you
We
want
got
to drop
cooking
by.
going on over here.
So hey, the street department will do that too.
Yeah, they will, won't they?
Yeah, they cook good stuff down there. They
Really?
have fish fries and crab bowls.
I've yet to
and-
be invited to the street department.
yeah,
thing.
that's because I say don't call anybody else.
Really. Well, maybe
Just
when
call
they
you
call you,
exclusively.
just take me with you one day.
Okay, yeah, we be riding together. You can just go with me.
We'll make that a part of the road trip.
Oh, here's one that won't cost you anything. Smile at someone who looks sad.
Yeah,
Just
I
show
mean-
your tooth.
To show you tooth at them.
That's right.
Old Tooth Williams.
What the heck's wrong with you? That's what I'd ask them.
Oh yeah. Can I help you? All right. So this is,
Listen, I was just remind everybody that it's 8:30.
Yeah.
It's
Already?
8:30, and if you have been listening to us, you have been engaged in a good 30 minutes.
Congratulations.
Hey, and we forgot to say that this hour is brought to you by the Quick Mart convenience store.
Yes, it is.
And I want to tell you guys a little bit something about Quick Mart while it's on the 8:30 spot. Is yesterday I got to set into the presentation of our new Quick Mart app. It's not available to the public yet, but we're getting a brand new Quick Mart app, and it allows you to order before you go into the store. So all you got to do is walk in the store and pick up your stuff and walk out of the store.
How cool is that?
And if you can't get out of your car, there's a place there that says, I'm in the parking lot in the green Chevy truck or whatever, and they will bring it out to you. Wow. And so we're
getting more and more lazy.
Yep.
But I like that kind of stuff.
it's a convenience store for a reason.
Convenience store,
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
But
convenience.
yeah, of course, and they're popular because there's usually a line when you go in there at lunch
yeah,
and stuff.
I still
so-
want you to help me get my rewards thing set up. I haven't done that
yeah, I
yet.
need to do that.
You need to talk about that.
Yeah,
a little bit.
absolutely, I will. I'm not prepared to do that today, but I
Okay.
will.
Okay.
Because I want to bring I would like to bring a laptop in and
Yeah.
show you how to do that and
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
It's very easy to do. So basically, it's 3 steps. It's
Yeah.
download the app, find a Shell station or Shell Quick Mart, and fuel up your car. So
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
It's that easy.
On this new app, you have to pick the store that you're
yep,
at.
you pick the store that you
know-
want to use.
Now, is the rewards program a Shell program that's good at any Shell station?
That's correct.
Not just
Yes,
Quick Mart, but
That's
any
correct.
Shell.
And the Kroger rewards also are honored at Shell. So you
Yes.
don't have to go to Kroger to get your gas. You can go to Shell and get your gas.
And that's at any Shell station too.
most across
Most of them?
America. Yeah,
Most of them? Okay.
Yeah.
How about that?
I've never tried it.
Yeah.
In Florida or nothing, but
Okay.
but the Shell rewards work down there. So.
Yeah.
Shell
So,
rewards,
so it
okay.
may. So there's some states that don't have Kroger.
Right. That's what I'm wondering.
And so,
Maybe that may be
so
why.
the states that don't have Kroger may be a
Different deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
deal. So I don't know. I'll get some clarification on that. But Tennessee does have Kroger, and it does.
But
work here.
listen, it's a significant discount sometimes. Those Kroger points.
Oh, listen, and not only that is if you every $25 you spend at Quick Mart, you get extra money off your gas.
Yeah. Okay.
Or if you
Through-
buy
through the Shell one.
and they have specials all the time. Like it hasn't been too long ago, you buy 2 Gatorades and you get 10 cents off a gallon. So basically, that pays for one of your Gatorades if you're getting a fill.
Oh my
up.
gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I guess so.
That's pretty. Hey, had the corn dog yesterday. They was good.
Did you get the regular or the jalapeno?
I got. I was afraid. The jalapeno might have been a little hot, so
It
I
is
got
hot.
the regular. Is it real hot?
Well, to me, it is a little bit.
Okay.
So
Well, it's supposed to be. It's
It's
jalapenos.
jalapenos.
yeah, that's what it said. That's what they market it for.
Yes.
Well, there's hot and then there's hot.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
people really rave about the chicken wings there, and I haven't got them yet. Have you gotten the
I
chicken
haven't
wings?
tried 'em.
So they're really raving about the chicken wings.
Can you order in bulk?
You can, absolutely. And if you're going to have you can't have
what
one
I'm
till
thinking,
next
yeah.
year, but if you have a Super Bowl
Well,
party,
yeah,
you can
got
order as
some
many
of
as you want. And they cook
Just
them
have
fresh.
a party. And
Yeah, they cook them fresh.
Man.
It's been a lot of times our church has had an event, and Quick Mart has provided the meat for it. So you call them and say, "Hey, I
It's
need
conveniently located,
300
wasn't it?
chicken fingers or
right
whatever."
across the street.
Yeah.
They trotted across the road there for you.
Yeah. So get up and visit your local Quick Mart today. Guaranteed, 100%. That if your satisfaction guaranteed. If you don't like it, take it back in the store. They'll swap it out or give you money back.
So if we go in there and mention your name, we get a discount.
I don't know about that. I don't get a discount. I do put it on my fuel
He's been
rewards.
talking about all kind of discounts.
Yeah, we go in there and say, "Hey, we watched the Kevin and Keith show." And,
Well, I got to be in the store.
oh,
Yeah, you got to catch
oh, that's
me
right.
in
You
there.
got to catch you in.
Yeah, if you ever see me in a Quick Mart store and say, "Hey, I like your show. We watch you every morning," or whatever, I'll buy you a fountain drink or a coffee. And so
Got a question from Chris out there.
Yeah.
Something
Chris
can
want?
fuel rewards and Quick Club both be used at the same time?
So it's the same
It's the
points.
same thing?
So the Quick Club looks at your fuel rewards points. It's not two different sets of points, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So the app looks into, there's only one database for where the points are stored. And the Quick Mart app and the Fuel Rewards app look at the same thing.
Okay.
So on the new Quick Mart app, you will be able to order food online and use your fuel rewards.
So it's all gonna be
it
linked
will.
together.
I'm sorry, it will accumulate fuel rewards for you, just like if you went in the store and checked out.
Sweet. That's neat. So when is it going to be available?
We got shown the product yesterday. It's going to go out into what we call a beta release, and it's going to
Right,
be for
yeah.
us who work there, so try to break it type of thing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of hardware that goes along with that. So each store has to have a new tablet, new printer, and a new alert system, so that when you place an order,
Yes,
the
they'll know that
system
you're
alerts
placing
you,
it,
and it prints out a ticket, and then
There's
somebody,
a lot more to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah. And there's some staging because you can put on there, hey, I want to be there in an hour. I want to pick it up in an hour.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
you know,
yeah.
stuff
That'd be
like that.
cool. And they have it ready for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, crazy federal laws that are still on the book. Did you guys see this page right here?
Oh, my gosh. I'm looking at it right now.
So,
Crazy federal laws still on the books.
yeah. So, what does this say? What is that?
How about
first one?
crazy federal lawmakers that are still up there?
Well, that's pretty plentiful, too.
Is that the next page? No.
No, that's not the next page, but it probably needs to be. So, Title 21 of U.S. Code, Section 461, and I won't go through all that.
Oh, Lordy.
It makes it a crime to sell turkey ham as ham turkey. You can't. Turkey always has to be before the word ham, and they always. And I went to. get
What
some,
is turkey ham?
Is it spam? I don't know.
What's turkey ham?
It's ham made from turkey. Kind of like turkey dogs.
There's no
or
such
turkey
animal.
Sausage.
So if you read the code, it is in there. On the code actually has what it is. These are just excerpts from the code itself.
It's like turkey bacon. There's really no such thing.
Well, you're right about that. I mean,
Well, if
turkey.
you got
don't-
turkey ham, you have
Where do
turkey
you cut
bacon.
turkey bacon
Turkey
from?
sausage.
The bacon comes from the belly of the pig, right? Or does it?
I don't even know.
So maybe we got some hog farmers. I thought that's why pork bellies are so high.
That's some less nasty
Hey,
stuff. There.
I'm not kidding you. I went to the store the
I
other
haven't
day.
butchered a hog in a while.
Me either. In fact, I don't know that I've
I
ever.
haven't butchered a hog in a good while.
I remember our babysitter one time. They had a whole hog on the kitchen table, and I'm telling you, it was, I don't know.
You didn't eat no pig?
I did, but
we
okay.
did the pit where you put
Yeah.
the pig on the pit.
yeah,
barbecue.
yeah. I've
We
been
done
to
that.
a luau
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
But the one on the table upsetted you.
Well, I was little.
Oh.
Yeah. I had a babysitter. You know, I hadn't had a babysitter in like
So it
50
wasn't the pig.
years.
It was because you had a babysitter.
No, it's like I've never seen anything like that before in my
Oh,
life.
you didn't get in there and help.
No, what is this dead pig doing on the table?
Yeah.
Well, you got to cut it up. And butcher
Yeah,
it
that's
up.
what they were doing.
Yeah.
They were rendering it down or
Oh,
cutting it
yeah.
up.
All right.
All right. So the next federal code that's on
You
the
say,
book
save me some chitlins.
is makes it a crime to wash a fish at a faucet that's not a fish washing faucet in a national
In
forest.
a national forest.
So
So you have to use the fish washer.
so where do you fish in a forest?
Where are you fishing? Yeah, in a national forest.
I mean,
I'm sure.
And I didn't know they had faucets hanging around in the national forest.
I mean, how big a problem has this got to be for it to be a federal law? It's
Well,
obviously.
it's probably is washing them in the bathroom sink or something, maybe.
Well, they very well could be. So there's got to have a sign over it that says fish washing sink.
Everybody
before
knows
you
if
can
you
wash
just-
fish there.
I heard on the news this morning. Did you hear on the news this morning about some legislation that's being proposed in Tennessee about not being able to sell cold beer?
What do you mean by that?
What you do that for?
I'm serious. There's a legislator right now who is proposing to make it illegal to sell cold beer.
I bet
that doesn't surprise me. And the reason it doesn't surprise me is because people are crazy.
And I'm not even a beer drinker. I'm just telling you that was on the news this morning.
So, you know, they got the EBT program where folks can go in and buy food. But here's the deal. You can't buy anything cooked. So if you've got EBT, you can go in and buy a piece of uncooked pizza for the purpose of taking it home and cooking it and eating it. But you cannot buy a piece of pizza that's been cooked.
Yes.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. And they got some crazy rules, like things that are EBT eligible have to, like candies, have to have, and this may be an old rule, but they had to have flour as an ingredient. So when we were first doing our price book
Yeah.
and finding things that were EBT eligible, you had to go look at the ingredients. And if it had flour in it, it was eligible for EBT. So candy bars, certain candy bars are. If you got nougat in it, it's probably got flour in it.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, and then other candy bars are not.
That's amazing.
And then,
Really?
yeah, I mean, and it's just, I don't know why they do that. But anyway, it's our federal government.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so it's a federal crime to knowingly let your pig enter a fenced-in area on public land where it might destroy the grass. So,
You just
again,
can't let your pig run nilly-willy.
are we going to take a pig on our road trip? 'Cause
Don't
we
be
may
calling my
need to know
children
this.
pigs.
Exactly. We may need to know this, guys. If we go full survivor mode, we may have to take a pig with us.
And why would we do that? In
But,
case we
hey,
need to cook him?
well, we just know we can't stop on federal land and let them out.
Okay. All right.
So even if you got him on a leash and he's got to poop, you've got to watch over him because
Like Homer Simpson, have a spider pig. Spider pig.
it wasn't no shoulder pig. I know that.
That's right. Not no them shoulder monkeys.
Okay, it's a federal crime to harass a golfer on any national park in Washington, D.C. If I'd have known this
Harass
when I
a
lived up
golfer,
there,
for heaven's sakes.
I would have been in trouble.
Because you was harassing golfers?
No, I probably would have. I'd have went out and
Oh.
bought one of those air horns and just tried it, see what happens.
What about the people who's playing with you? Can you harass them?
No, I mean driving by down the road.
Oh,
You
I'm
know.
talking about if you're out there playing and your buddies, can't hit a ball right, and you start harassing them.
Well, that's me. I mean, I'm the one that can't hit the ball right. So, yeah. Are you good at golf? Are you either one
I
of you
used
guys
to
good at
play-
golf?
Man,
I
I
used
played
to-
with you before.
Oh yeah, that's right. we both.
I
were
used to
horrible.
play a
Yeah.
lot. I don't play as much as I used to, but I used to play
He's
a lot.
just started back. Do you not ever listen to the show?
Yes.
Yeah, I do.
I'll tell you a quick golf story.
Okay.
I had a cousin years ago. Well, I still have him, but anyway, he worked.
You ain't got
He
rid of
worked
him?
years ago. He worked at Redstone. He worked on
Yeah,
Redstone
down to Arsenal, yeah.
out to Arsenal, and they got a golf course down there on the Arsenal.
Oh,
But you can't just drive up and go to the Arsenal.
No, you can't.
You got to have a pass and an ID, this that, and the other. But he invited me to come down and go with him. We go play golf.
Yeah.
At the Arsenal. Well, I was still somewhat new to the golf world, a little bit, but I'd been playing a little while, and we got down there and listen. When we went into the clubhouse, there's like uniformed officers and people there. I felt intimidated, to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
Just on going on the base, and then there's these people there that are like, sharp military people. They're going in and out of this house, and here I am, podunk from,
Yeah.
and I've got my $2 clubs, and I'm headed to the golf. And we get on the golf court, and he's driving, and somehow or another, he drove up on this cross tie. He went off the lane or something. Drove up on this cross tie, and we're teeter-tottering on the top of this cross tie.
Oh my goodness.
The golf cart. I was mortified, just to be honest, about us. We had to get off and push the thing off of the
Oh my goodness.
so the cross tie. I don't know why he drove up on it.
Did you hear any loud booming while you were down there?
I saw some. Listen, I used to work in Huntsville some, and I saw some strange things in
you
the sky.
aliens.
Huntsville was they had a tank range down there. You know, where they tested tanks and stuff.
Yes.
We had an office. If you go into the Arsenal down there, one of the most prominent buildings down there is called a Shaker Building.
Yeah.
And the Shaker Building is where they would pull that Saturn V rocket into, stand it up, and they would shake that thing, and they would find anything that come loose on it. So it's
my
called
gosh.
a Shaker Building. We had an office on the other side of the Shaker Building, and on the other side of our office was the tank range. So.
You got it from both
Yeah.
sides.
Oh my goodness! Well, they weren't shaking Saturn V's when we were there, but but you'd be on the phone and go boom! I mean, goodness, it would scare the fire out of
Every
you.
so often, I would look over toward the Arsenal, and you'd see a plume of smoke.
Yeah,
And you go, wonder what they're doing over there, man.
yeah, you don't want to be in the middle of it. Guarantee you. All right, so it's a federal crime to consult with a known pirate.
So
I mean,
if they're not known, you can't consult with them?
Well, I don't want to be a pirate.
where are they at? I mean, there are still pirates these days. You know, they have a problem
Yeah,
with that
they
over
are.
like in the Suez Canal and over in that area. And
Yeah.
I was thinking more around here, though.
I watch those things on YouTube. You guys ever watch those pirate videos on YouTube?
No.
Oh, listen, they've got these helicopters and tankers destroyers that they escort these merchant boats through that canal,
Yeah.
and they will blow the boat up. If pirates are coming at them, they will let them have it.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
You'd think it would discourage them a little bit.
Consult with
Yeah.
a known pirate. Okay.
Yeah, so don't be consulting with any pirates. You'll be in violation of Title 18 of U.S. Code.
I like the
Section
next one.
1657.
I like the next one.
What is that?
Read the next one.
It'll make it a federal crime to let your pet make a noise that scares wildlife in a national park. You know, that's
What kind of noise does your pet make?
It's barking.
But what if it's not a dog?
Like a
Have
your
a-
pet pig.
you know
or
we're
whatever.
gonna have our pig with us. So number
So
one,
as long as you don't get on the grass,
As
we can have
long,
him with.
as, long as it doesn't scare
or scare the
the
animal.
wildlife
Yeah.
in the national park.
you know, I think they take things a little bit too far. You know, we've seen these stories recently of the bison out in Yellowstone, and there was a bison hung on in a creek and it couldn't get up on the edge, and a guy goes over and helps it out.
Oh, Lord.
Well, they kill it because they said, well, somehow or another it has maimed the animal to be intervened with by a human or something like that. It's like, are these guys for real?
Maybe they just wanted some bison burgers.
Just let it go. You know. I'm sure it will learn how to live back out in the wild by itself if you just don't touch it for another day or two. All right. It is a federal crime to injure a government-owned lamp.
Ooh.
I don't know any government-owned lamps.
I wonder when that was passed.
I don't know. Well, I guess the lamps on the edge of the road are government-owned. They're locally owned by the city of Lawrenceburg. Did you know the city of
Oh, I
Lawrenceburg owns
thought
every
about it.
street light in the city?
They do.
So that's pretty cool.
And did you know that there's street lights all the way down past Story and Lee now?
Yeah, Story and Lee is where the city limit starts. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
So Mayor Blake Lay strip annexed that, and it
He
was the
did?
last part of
Okay.
strip annexing that was allowed in the state of Tennessee.
Huh.
They,
You lobbed that one over, didn't you?
Yeah. Thanks, Blake. Well,
Quick to pass that buck, wasn't you?
now listen, Blake, we kid about this all the time.
I'm sure that Story and Lee asked for that.
I'm telling you, it's a conversation you get into very frequently because once you annex a piece of property, as a city, you have to, in a reasonable amount of time, provide city services.
That's correct.
And part of city services is water and sewer.
Correct.
Well, guess what? If you go south of the Union Carbide down there, you're in Leoma Water District.
That's
So
correct.
we cannot provide, City of Lawrenceburg cannot provide fire flow to those businesses that are south of there because they're on a completely different water district than Lawrenceburg.
That's
correct.
So they're saying, well, we're paying city taxes, but we're not getting city benefits. Also, the sewer doesn't go down that far. That sewer may go down that
Yeah, it
far.
goes
They
down that far
got
now.
They got a pump system, but the north end of town
North end of town doesn't.
doesn't. Now, that's what they're putting it in for all these
Okay,
factories and
that's what
stuff going up there.
Okay, I seen
Yeah.
them up there working on something.
So, but they've been annexed for a long time. And so, good for those
Yeah, I
folks up
remember
there.
that,
All right. Well, we can open up a can of worms with
Yeah,
that
we're not going to do
conversation.
that. We need to get the mayor in
Okay.
here. I'd rather. And he and I grind on each other all the time. He blames everything on me, and I blame everything on him.
That's the way it works.
That's the way it works. Okay, so it makes it a crime. Federal law says it's a crime to sell onion rings resembling normal onion rings if it's made from diced onions without it saying so.
So this was a
Uh-huh.
problem at one time?
Burger King has onion rings, but I don't know that they're real onions. I think it's just onion flavored
Rings.
mush or something.
Well, you think that might be the diced onion one?
No, or were they?
You know,
diced?
there's good onion rings and there's not so good onion
That's right.
rings. I mean, that's true.
Well, I'll be.
Onion ring connoisseur.
Anyway, let's see. Another one is it's a federal crime to ride a moped into Fort Stewart without wearing long trousers. Okay, I don't know where Fort Stewart's at. Can somebody Google that?
Fort Stewart.
Maybe somebody's
bunch of
served
moped
there.
rider, and they had a little trouble with that. Everybody's up there riding in their
Why
shorts.
would you care? I don't know.
Something
All right, so
may moon somebody.
here's one that may affect you. Makes it you are committing a federal crime if you skydive while drunk.
That'd probably be the only way you're gonna get me to get skydived.
And that's what I read.
Man.
I read the comments on this, and it says most people get drunk before they jump out of the airplane. They got
Jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
oh me, you got to be out of your mind before you jump. All right, so let's see.
Well, I don't know. Number 16, whatever that is.
All right, that's Title 6
Oh, Lord.
U.S. Code, Section 707.
That's kinda,
It's a federal crime to hunt doves and pigeons with a machine gun or a stupefying substance. So you can't feed them loaded corn or shoot them with a machine gun.
Yes.
you just take all the fun out of it.
Stupefying.
Yes, next you're going to tell me I
I
can't
got
fish
to
with
use that
dynamite.
word. I got to use that word. That's a
that
good
should
word.
be our word of the day right
That's
there.
a good word.
Stupefying substance.
Now, can you define stupefying?
Yeah, something that you take that makes you stupid.
Okay.
Ain't it? I don't know.
I must have got a big dose of it somewhere.
They
Okay,
so in your coffee.
Down at the National Institute of Health, they're having a huge problem there. So they've made it a federal crime to skateboard at the National Institute of Health.
Well,
Well, it's unhealthy.
is that inside or outside?
I don't know.
Skateboarding could be unhealthy for you.
Yeah, I mean, what if you, if you DoorDash in these big cities, they bring people bring it on skateboards
Right, yeah.
or bicycles.
Did
or
y'all
whatever
ever
they're on.
skateboard much?
I didn't because we had those. I don't know how they do it. I had a little thin yellow banana looking skateboard, and if you hit any pebble, it would throw you forward.
Well, we didn't have a good place to skateboard. I mean, I lived on a gravel road,
Yeah, you can't do it on a gravel
for
road.
much of the country, for much of my early childhood.
That'll toughen up the outer layer of your skin.
And then when we did get to paved, when it was the tar and chip and gravel,
Yep.
so that's not a good skateboard surface either.
No, because that tar got hot in the summer and it would stick to your tires.
Yeah,
You remember
that's-
that? It would bubble up in the middle of the
Oh,
road.
yeah.
You go out there and poke the bubbles.
Yeah,
I mean, we had to have fun doing something.
hot.
All right.
Play with the tar on the road.
My mom's like, y'all go out and poke bubbles in the road.
Yeah, go play in the road.
Oh, me. And we did.
Sent you out to play in the road.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
And we made a ramp. We made bicycle ramps in the middle of the road.
That
And
was-
Oh, man, yeah.
That was a big deal.
yeah, neighbors were nice enough to drive around it,
Yeah, we would. We made ramps all the time, trying to jump like Evil Knievel.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were wanting to be able to
Get your
do.
buddy to lay down past the ramp and jump in.
Yeah, can we jump over one body? Oh, it didn't work.
I actually did make an attempt once to jump the barbed wire fence.
Ooh.
Really?
I made it. The bicycle didn't, but I did.
But you did. Gary Parnell, I haven't seen Gary in years, but Gary Parnell lived out in the neighborhood at that time. We had a bicycle ramp built up in Chris Garland's front yard, and he had a 10-speed bike. Well, Gary Parnell's dad was a preacher, and none of us swore or anything like that. So anyway, he jumps this ramp and basically warps the front tire on that bicycle, and he comes over the handlebars, and he gets to the ground, and he gets up, and he's going, crap it, crap it, crap it, crap it. He was hurting. I know he was. So, Gary, if you're listening, love you, brother. Oh, my goodness. So, what else is there? It's the last one. It's a crime to take home milk from a quarantined giraffe or any animal that chews the cud. Huh. All right, so have you guys ever been
Quarantined?
I mean, where do you got to be to get milk from a quarantined giraffe? I mean, that's crazy.
Down West Point, I think.
And, well, I had a whole nother page of that, but we won't. So we're about to wrap
That's
it up
down on
today
Calvin
anyway.
Moore's farm, I think, down there.
Calvin,
You got some giraffes?
quit quarantining your giraffes. COVID's over. Take their mask off and drink the milk. Okay, so anyway, last thing, things you should not do on an airplane. Since we're going on our trip, we may have to fly a few places.
Oh, I thought we was driving.
No, we got to drive. It's a road trip.
Oh, yeah, but we may have to fly into a few places,
Okay.
Yeah.
If we do that Canadian Rocky flyby, that I'm telling you, it's a trip.
Groundhog Day this year, that's the first time I've flown.
Where'd you fly to?
Flew down to Orlando.
Didn't you love it?
I did not. I about ripped the handles off the seat.
Are you serious?
Oh, man, I was nervous as everything.
Why?
I'd never done it before.
That's pretty cool, Kevin.
Never done what?
Fly.
You never flown?
I have now. Coming back was a whole lot better because I knew what to expect. It was a lot more enjoyable coming back.
Oh, yeah.
That first time now, I'm telling you.
You got to, what the key is, you go Southwest.
Yep.
So if you can't get the seat over the wing that's got the extra space, go all the way to the back. There's always a party going on in the back. But
Yeah.
I always carry my headphones, and I've got noise canceling headphones, and you sync it up to your tablet, and you watch TV until you get there.
Yeah. I got to where I just sleep.
I can't.
I just take a nap.
There's too much stuff going on.
I just take a nap. And I flew into Orlando one morning, and we were coming down for the landing. I knew we're on our approach, and you couldn't see. You couldn't see nothing. It was white, and I thought we're going through the clouds. It's white, and we kept dropping. I never saw the ground until we touched down. That's the truth.
Well,
I never saw the ground until we actually hit the runway.
Well, but they got instruments that can see it.
I know it, but I was like, man, that's some thick fog, buddy.
So one of the things right here is don't clap when the plane lands. Don't clap your hands. And I'm telling you, I have been on an airplane that we didn't just clap. We erupted into applause and cheer.
Yeah, absolutely. That's happened with me before, too.
Oh, let me tell you. I tell this story from time to time, but when we adopted Gina in Russia, we have a direct flight from Moscow to JFK, and from JFK to Moscow. Both ways. It's a direct flight. So you don't have to stop anywhere, and it is a long flight. So when the adoption process was completed and we all got on the plane, it was called the adoption flight because Delta had this flight where they would give you a discount if you're adopting a child. You can get on that flight and fly back to America.
Right.
And there was a lot of adoptive parents on there. Wow. And a lot of kids had never even seen an airplane in their life type situation. Young kids too. And there was a lot of screaming and crying and everything like that. And so about, an hour and a half into the flight, I'd never had a nervous breakdown in my life, but I was probably as close as I could get.
Oh my God!
I didn't have anything. I didn't have headphones or earplugs or a peel. I didn't have nothing, and I didn't know if I was going to make it. And it wasn't just other people's kids. My own daughter, Gina, she was crying too, and we were trying to keep them consoled, and. She did not want her seatbelt on. She got, and when they put that seatbelt on her, she went crazy. And so did the other kids. They didn't want to be strapped down like that. And so, and God bless them. But I'm telling you, I thought, man, I'm at my breaking point. And the captain comes on the line and says, "You got the TVs on the back of your seat." He said, "If you'll turn on the channel that looks onto the plane, we're going over Helsinki." And I'm like, "We're still in Europe." We ain't across the ocean yet. But listen, when that plane touched the ground in New York, I have never heard the applause. And I'm telling you, it was just. I told Amy, I said, "I'm not getting back on another plane. I'll buy a car and I'll see you guys in Tennessee." I was that far gone.
Oh man!
And she says, "Hey, we're the only people on the next plane."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay." So.
Well, all right.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
Wow.
But we did applaud, and I don't know why you shouldn't because.
Yeah, we landed.
Yeah, absolutely.
We made it.
Okay, so number two, I
had a pilot after we landed once that came on and apologized for knocking everybody's teeth out on the landing.
So you ever take Southwest? They always do something funny on Southwest. They try to make it cheery.
Yeah, it was.
So the stewardess came on and she's standing up front. She goes, "Everybody look my way. I've got a big announcement to make." And she says, "We have a gentleman on the plane. This is his first time to fly. He's 99 years old. And we just want to congratulate him for his courage." And so everybody started clapping. And then she says, and the pilot says, "Thank you for the applause." And then we had one of them say one time, she said, they were giving you instructions on putting the mask on your face.
Yes. Yeah.
And their instruction is always put it on your children first before you put it on you. And they said, and if you only got one mask, pick out the child that has the most potential.
Yeah, they done a bunch of funny stuff.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff. It's all good stuff. Well, we're wrapping it up today, and we were here a day early.
Yeah.
So I won't be here tomorrow. I've got to be in.
I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow.
You can come to Savannah and be with us.
I mean, on the show here tomorrow from 8 to 9. I got to come up with something.
Just get Kevin in here. He'll come 2
Kevin,
days in a row.
you may have to come back.
Show him how to tear down a manifold or something. I don't even know what a manifold. You can't tear down a manifold, can you?
We can do something.
Yeah, we can do something.
Anyway, we'll come up with a plan.
You still got a bunch of fodder in front of you right here. Y'all can go through.
Yeah, we got some
stuff left over from weeks before.
Well, today's show again brought to you by Quick Mart Convenience Stores.
Hey, and you'll find me there. If you find me there, just say, "Hey, Keith, I enjoy the show and I listen to you guys, and I'll buy you a cup of coffee or a fountain drink, whatever you like."
That's right.
I'm glad to do that.
Right. It is the wake up show in the mornings now from 6 to 8. in the morning. I'll be back, good Lord willing. And in the meantime, you guys find somebody you like today, give them a hug.
Absolutely.
That's
Tell somebody you love them.
And don't forget about Saturday. Saturday is a Random Act of Kindness Day. Get some practice in before Saturday.
What is this right here? Oh, that's the things you don't do.
Yeah,
on
that's
airplane.
things you don't do on
I
an
missed.
airplane.
I missed that page.
Yeah, it's the
somehow.
last page.
Okay, all right. And there's a bunch of stuff on.
Yeah,
a bunch of other stuff on here. These federal laws. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, we do have to go. Thanks, guys. God
Yep.
bless. We'll see you next
Had a good time.
All right.
Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas blaming him for record illegal immigration. Congressman Jody Arrington tells Fox
The guy had no intention of enforcing the laws of the land.